We've been covering a lot of information on this channel, from value to thumbnails to upload schedules and all that. But today we want to talk about the 5 things you need to have a successful YouTube channel. The 5 things you need to have a successful YouTube channel. Now, this spans across all different channels because we know all different channels are different, and you can't really categorize or create one size fits all method for growing YouTube channels. But these are the fundamental things for channels that you do need, that you can use, that will help you grow. And number 1 is an idea. You have to have an idea of what your channel is going to be about, or it really will serve you well to have an idea of what your channel is going to be about. And this will drive what kind of content you put in your niche, what kind of niche you go into, really what kind of content you're going to create. The idea will drive that, and it will distinguish you between other content creators in your specific niche. Like, you can look at a niche and you can see different content creators doing different things, and the ones that really rise to the top of the pile are ones that have a specific idea or vessel or purpose that really drives all the other things that they're doing. And that can be as simple as how they do their lighting, or as simple as how they speak on camera, and their personality and all those things. But that idea is what is driving all of those different factors. So that's the first metric. Really make sure you have an idea. Number 2, the second thing you need is you need something to record and capture your videos with. Every content creator needs that. And the great thing about the time we're living in right now is that you can literally do this on your phone. You don't need to go and get out, you don't need to go and get all the fancy equipment and all that right now, unless you want to, unless that is a part of your value proposition. And we will talk about that. We have talked about that in a couple of videos, but we'll talk about that a lot further in this video. Your value proposition, unless that's a part of that, you don't need to go and get the fancy equipment right out the gate. If you are just starting, you can literally use your phone. That's what we're using now. We're actually using an iPhone right now to record this video, and it serves well. But the thing you want to make sure that you are doing is making sure that your audio is up to a level where people can hear what you're saying clearly, and that is editable in a way that can produce semi-professional or professional quality audio. Because at the end of the day, audio is a major part of why people are able to consume your videos and continue to come back and appreciate your channel. So that is the second thing, making sure that you have something to capture your videos with. And that leads me to the next thing, your personality. Number 3, your personality is one of the key metrics to growing here on YouTube. And a lot of people overlook this. And I'm not saying that I've said this before, you don't have to have this specific type of personality that is, bubbly or outgoing and all of that, because that may not reflect what your content is about. But you do need to try to work on your personality and make sure that you're presenting yourself in a way that is conducive to the type of content that you're doing, and so that people can watch that content and consume it and feel like, hey, I can relate to this person, or relate to this thing, or relate to this piece of content, because it is personable to me that way, and I feel comfortable watching that and understanding what it is. So definitely your personality is another key thing that you do need if you want to grow quickly on the platform. The other thing that every content creator needs, which is not in abundance all the time, is time itself. I think if you have time, or if you can, really organize your time in a way that will give you that structured, ability to produce your videos, edit your videos, and put out your content, and really do that on a consistent level, that'll go a long way into helping you grow your channel. And that's a really key factor and a key metric, especially for channels just starting out who haven't really, built the audience, or, have really put out enough videos to kind of get seen in search and in the algorithm. It's really up to that creator, that initial creator, to carve out that initial time so that they can build all those other things based on that time commitment, because it is, a platform that really rewards, time on the platform. That's one of the things you will learn as a new content creator, and you will learn continually as an existing content creator that, the more time you can, put on the platform and really put that value in, the more you're going to get out of it. So it is that one-to-one relationship of what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So that metric number 4 is definitely time. Now, the 5th and last metric that I really want to stress is your persistence. You are going to have to be very persistent in, creating your content and getting it on the platform, because persistence is one of those things that's needed for YouTube specifically, because it can begin to get hard and harder to create content as time goes on, because, burnout is very real, and, there's not always a lot of reward for the content that you put out right off the bat. So sometimes you may be creating content for a period of time where you really don't see the needle moving, or you really don't have that, that reward straight out the gate for what you're creating. You may not be growing in subscribers, you may not be growing in views. So you have to be persistent. You have to be willing to take the time and really put in the effort and be persistent and consistent in what you're doing. And you will see growth over time. I can honestly say this. I've grown, many channels before to monetization. I've actually done this a number of times, and I can say that if you do follow those steps, if you do have these 5 things in place when you're creating your channel, and you can see them through and be persistent, you will grow. Your channel will grow, and you will see that growth, and you will be able to, reap the rewards of that by, monetizing your channel, or, just growing an audience for other things. And like I said, adding value is going to be another key metric. This is a bonus one. If you always add value, and I said this before and we'll keep saying this, if you're always adding value with your channel with what you're doing, you're always going to be able to build an audience and always continue to flourish with the audience that you build. So really take that in consideration when you're building your channels. Those 5 things, we'll go through them again. You have to have an idea. You have to have something you record your videos with. You have to have personality. You have to have time, and you have to have persistence. If you have those 5 things, you will be able to grow a YouTube channel here on the platform and see the other things that come out of that, whether it be monetization and beyond, depending on what you want to do. And that's what it's all about, depending on what you want to do. So I hope this was helpful for someone, and we'll see you in the next one.